In this video, I'm going to talk about my approach to teaching and to playing the introduction to the first ballade of Chopin. So when I teach this work, I mainly focus on three things. The sound, the sound quality, then the phrasing, and lastly, the mood. What kind of atmosphere we like to create for our listeners? What do we want them to feel? We'll start with the very first note. The basics of beautiful sound on piano is firm fingers and relaxed wrist and relaxed arm. To get the noble, round sound of the piano, you need that circular motion. Even when it's not visible, it's still there. And it makes possible for us to get the loudest sound of the piano and still be noble. The speed of the circles is what will determine how loud you will get the sound that comes out of the piano. Sound volume on the piano does not depend on the strength of the finger, but on the speed of the stroke. What do I mean by that? Let's say I take this note. My finger is very strong right now. I'm using lots of force. I'm going to take this next sound with very light touch, very weak finger. Arguably, it's not the most beautiful sound, but it is loud, and my finger was very light because the speed of my stroke was fast. It could be either the speed of the finger, how slow or how fast it takes the note. Or it could be the stroke of the circular motion of the wrists and arms. The speed is higher, the note will come out louder. If the speed is slower, the note will come out somewhat softer, and that will depend on your choice, on how you hear this, what instrument you're playing, and what kind of hole, what kind of acoustic you're getting. It's very helpful before you start to take a pedal, very discreetly, very quietly, trying not to make any noises. Just press very slowly the pedal down, open up the mutes on the piano, open up all the strings. So by the time you would actually make the sound, take that note, all the piano will resonate, and you will get the sound that is richer, that's full of overtones. Pesante is an Italian musical term. It means heavy. Other than applying your entire arm weight, the illusion of heaviness could be very easily created here by putting more emphasis on the bass note. This, as opposed to this. And as we continue upward, this very first opening our broken arpeggio, broken chord of this introduction, gradually shift your weight to the right hand. It will create the depth, it will create the illusion of even larger space on the piano that we're covering here, not just from here to here, but from here all the way to here. So now continue our second motive. We want that to be piano. How quiet does it really have to get? It's an introduction. It's piano, but it's still a human voice. It's still the beginning of the work. We're trying to draw the audience in. We're trying to be heard. So even when we speak quiet, we try to project, right? So do not go overboard. Do not over-piano this. Also remember that things like dynamics, loud or quiet, forte or piano, they're not absolute measures, they're relative. So all you have to be here is quieter than this. You just have to be quieter than your forte. Music of great composers like Chopin sometimes has these dynamics written in. Even without your help, even if you play everything with the plain sound that's absolutely the same, this register will sound louder than this register. So piano here just needs a little help from you, from the pianist, but do not go overboard and do not take the soft pedal here. First of all, because, as I said, it's a human voice we have to project. Secondly, because of the contrast and because of strategic build-up of the dynamic of this entire work. The quietest spot of the entire ballade is here. And actually Chopin marks sotto voce. There, that means the soft pedal. So beginning has to be somewhat louder than that, more resonating. Don't give away the quietest sound. Save it for later. And we made it to our final chord. The trouble with this chord is when we try to play this so quiet as to be quieter than everything else before in the introduction. However, there's 4 notes at the time at that chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, as opposed to 2 notes at the time. So it is harder to get truly piano sound when you get to that chord. So make sure that you do not go over quiet on this motive before. Thank you for watching this video. In my future videos, I'll go over the phrasing and the mood of this introduction. If you find this video helpful, please click like and remember to subscribe. See you in the next one. Happy practicing!